Listen to me, you whining little whelp.
From the Gettysburg Tour Studio.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
All the DJs say this one's on its way. Number 1.
You think I have something down with science? Shut up!
You're listening to From Studio 1A.
The popular podcast addressing Gettysburg.
Yes, sir. Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
Addressing Gettysburg today.
There's no time. Hello, exactly. You're not funny.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Waddle deedle duddle, Ronnie. Waddle deedle duddle.
Like that. Can you talk that way the whole entire
Yes,
show, please?
I'll do my best. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Addressing Gettysburg today. Do you know who that is supposed to be?
No.
There was a guy on the radio a long time ago called the Grease Man. And he would go, and he would just tell all these stories, and he'd have those sound effects, and he'd be like, and then, I don't know, like, and he goes, and so I'm getting chased by the police, and, he'd have the little things going, and they're like, coming after me, and waddle-deedle-duddle, and he had all these, like, weird things that he would say.
Okay.
Just these weird, like, waddle-deedle-duddle,
and you remember it, so
I remember
made an
it. It
impact.
was just terrible. Yeah, it was awful. What, Eric? Sorry.
I said, what are you talking about?
You don't know the Grease Man either?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nino Greasemanelli. I'm sure someone out there watching knows the Grease Man. Older people.
Veronica,
Yeah.
could you do me a solid real quick?
Of course.
Could you turn your camera just slightly to your right?
To my right.
Yes. Perfect.
Oh, you made it. Okay, good.
I managed not to break anything. Successful show.
Didn't knock it over? It's great.
So we, let's see. We haven't been on here in about 2 weeks now.
Couple
I
weeks.
Think. Yeah.
2 weeks?
It was right before Remembrance Day is our last live show. And then the day after, Friday, the 19th, we recorded an epic episode with Gary and Tim. Epic. Oh, thank you.
Was it?
Thank you. It was epic. Well, I'll tell you, it was. It absolutely was. In fact, we got a new soundbite for the soundboard out of that show. And, Gary was saying, he was upset because, Tim has, as we all know, Tim has cool. Right?
Tim has a T-shirt.
And he's got a T-shirt. So Gary's like, he's kind of feeling the pressure to compete with his buddy Tim. And where did I put them? If I could find the rack, I put them on. Isn't that always the way? Just finding the right rack. This one here.
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
That's Gary.
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
So there you go, Gary. You've got your addition to the board. Did you say Abe Lincoln? You know what movie that's from?
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
Owen, you don't know. How about you, Colby? You know? Eric, you know this.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Go ahead. What? Oh. Sorry. The line is, did you say Abe Lincoln? No, I don't know. And then the answer was, no, man, I said, hey, Blinken.
That sounds like
And then he goes, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm guessing. I guess no one's coming. They have a blind guy as lookout. It's Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, Cliff McCurley and Rick Fowler both got that.
They got that. They knew it. All right. Very good.
And it seems
Did
there's
you
several
say Abe
people
Lincoln?
Yeah.
that know exactly what you're talking about with that random... Yeah.
He would make all these weird noises.
Yeah, Harry Evans, Pete. Of course, Pete
knows that. Yeah, Pete knows that.
Rich Schneider.
Rich Snyder knows that. Well, you surprised Rich Snyder knows that?
I'm kind of surprised that anybody besides Pete knows what that is.
Yeah, I don't know if he was on everywhere, but he was on in D.C. I know that. I used to listen to him when I was at school. Because Howard always hated him. And I'd be like, who the hell is this Grease Man guy? Because we didn't have him in New York for a while. I think he was in New York for maybe a year. Whatever. The point is, he's no longer because he made a really politically incorrect joke and he lost his job. I don't remember what the joke was.
Bummer.
And if you remember it in the audience, please don't put it in writing. But it was very. It had something to do with Martin Luther King Day. That's all I can remember. I don't remember what he said, but it was not. It was not nice. What'd you say? Somebody say something? No, I thought somebody said something. Anyway, so that's it. So yeah, Remembrance Day weekend was a lot of fun. What?
No, I heard somebody refer to it as something that I've never heard it referred to as before.
What?
And it makes me laugh every time. They called it the annual running of the farbs.
What do you do? The running of the farm. That's good. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that you I'm hearing mumbling into the microphone before I've put it up and acknowledge that you can talk? Go ahead. What, Owen? These are noise canceling headphones. So if it's not on the microphone, I don't hear it. So all I hear, this is what I hear. Okay.
Probably because you had my mic turned off.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how we get down here,
There's a pecking order. And I open the microphones when I'm ready to hear from someone. And you're at the bottom. You're the clapper.
I can't clap if you have my microphone muted.
You absolutely can clap. Watch. Ready? Clap. Do it. No. Humor me.
Dance,
Colby,
monkey,
clap,
dance.
please. Okay. And we all hear it. Okay? Thank you. There's 3 other microphones going. What was it that you wanted to mumble to us? So seriously? I hear the whole time we're talking, and it's not worth sharing now that you have your mic open. Come on, Owen.
Have you gotten your 2 minutes out of my predicament? Extend the show's time a little bit.
Oh, we're gonna beat you up. What does Beth say?
Beth says shit rolls downhill, Owen.
That's right. All right, so since we're talking about Gary's
Did
thing
you
there,
say Abe Lincoln?
and we were just yelling at Owen has made the board. He has this one.
the hell?
Okay, there he is.
What the hell?
The bewildered college student.
Oh my God, I love Bill Etzkorn's comment.
What did he say?
I can't say it.
Oh, really? Can you PG your way around it?
No, not really. You kind of got to get the whole thing to really get. He said, "All right, you want me to read it?
Do it. Clean it up, or
listen, earmuffs."
He said he looked good in the parade.
Well, that's not all he said.
Wait, Ronnie, jiggle the back of your thing here because you're not.
Am I not?
There you go. You got it. You got it. You're all right now. Talk now.
He said he looked good in the parade.
That's not all.
That's all I see.
Because Bill was one of the farbs.
That's all you see?
Yeah.
No,
he said the first
I looked
part.
good in the parade.
Read the first part.
Oh God.
Here,
Read it.
I'll show you the first
here.
part.
Here.
There, that's Bill's comment.
Where eat a bag of
Phallic objects.
There we go.
Thank you.
What a vocabulary.
Eat a bag of phallic objects, Eric.
As an
looked good.
educated man.
Yeah. Anyway, Ronnie, so we had a lot of fun at the thing. And I have to set the stage for you. Okay? We're at the Farnsworth house.
It was cold.
It was very cold.
It wasn't
colder.
very cold. It was cold.
It was cold.
Well, you were up on the hill. That's what you should have been
That's
with
my
us
excuse.
by the fire.
Yeah.
But so we're down there, and Tim Matthews, who was in town, and ladies and gentlemen, you'll hear Tim on the Gary and Tim show on Monday. But he was there with us, and he kind of held down the fort while I roamed around and stuff like that, and the parade was going. And then so a crowd starts gathering near us, like some woman none of us ever met before, but she just somehow starts hanging out, and she was cool, although her conversation was all over the place, but whatever. She was a cool person to hang out with, and then we then all of a sudden. A celebrity came by.
Oh. Officer.
A non-commissioned officer, yes. What?
Red shirt man?
No.
Buster.
Bigger celebrity.
Buster Kilrain is gone.
It might be the biggest celebrity that Gettysburg has ever seen.
Exactly, Colby. Yes, it's the biggest celebrity Gettysburg has ever seen.
Correct.
And that's taking into account that Martin Sheen was here at one time, Tom Berenger and Sam Elliott and Jeff Daniels all here at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did I
All
miss?
twinklings compared to the beam that is this star.
Yes. Cam Mallow showed up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And let me tell you something. People were like, Ricky Fowler, if he's still in there, he came up to me at one point, Ricky Fowler. I think I was like walking by him or something. He stopped me and he like leans in and he goes, "Yo, I'm standing here talking to Bo Brinkman, but I can't take my eyes off of Cam." He's like so excited to see Cam. And then I don't remember who it was, but somebody like walked up. They saw us, sitting there because we were sitting right by the sidewalk, and they walked up and, "Hello, how you doing?" And I introduced them to Six Questions. Six Questions was another one that everybody was excited to meet. Sure. And I introduced him to Six Questions. And where is Six Questions? I thought he was coming. Anyway.
Slacker.
He's like, "Oh, it's so great to meet you." Finally put a face to the name and all that stuff. And then he looks down because Cam was sitting down in a chair next to him and this guy was standing. And the guy looks down and he goes, "Oh my God, is this Cam?" And he like freaked out. And Cam just like raises his hand, shakes his hand. He goes, "Yeah." And then the guy's like, "Oh my God, Cam, this is so cool. I can't believe I get to meet you." And he goes, "Okay." And the guy, oh my God, it was just, I love seeing it.
And hi to me.
And it would, what?
I feel like that's exactly how he said hi to me.
Yeah, it might have been, wait, was it you that?
Well, Taylor and I walked up, and that guy said, "Hey," I said, "Hey" to Six Questions.
That's right.
And I turned down, and you introduced me.
Right.
And I went on. I got my little girl like super fan on for a minute. I told him we were gonna be best friends, and he goes, "Okay."
Mom always said you can't have too many friends. Well,
Cam looked dapper, I must say. I saw him marching in the parade, keeping his men in formation, or whatever the terminology is.
Right. Taking care of the being. Now you guys yelled out to him, you and
we
Kath,
could have
right?
almost reached out to him. He was on our side of the sidewalk,
and he ignored you.
No.
He didn't acknowledge you.
Oh no, he did. Well, I don't. It's right. We've had this conversation. Remembrance Day is not like a hoot and holler kind of affair. I don't think it should be anyway. That maybe just my opinion. Right. Maybe some folks in the parade didn't get the
Remembrance Day?
Well, that was fun. But some of the parade participants took it seriously, and it is literally Remembrance Day, right? You are remembering the sacrifice of the guys that were here and everything, and some took it very seriously and didn't even like break eye contact.
No,
they
were
just, like, marched,
serious.
right?
Yeah. No, it means a lot to them.
And some were kind of waving and stuff like that, which is awesome also because, you're acknowledged. Obviously, these are none of the real soldiers that were here, right? Mm-hmm. But you're acknowledging that they're representing the sacrifice of the guys that were. So
sure.
I had no problem with the folks that like smiled or waved or did whatever. The guys that were screaming, I'm not going to say what they were screaming towards the end of the parade.
Oh, God, yeah. I know, right?
Or for one particular part of the country, or Virginia. The rebel yell the whole way down the hill. I was just kind of like, I thought it was classless.
There was something that I noticed, right? So we were out on the street, and then I saw the Confederate part of the column come, so I ducked around the corner to have a cigarette. And it occurred to me about 30 seconds into them passing the front of the Farnsworth house, the crowd went like dead silent.
Yes.
Which was noticeable.
Yes, I remember that. You're right.
Was wild.
No, it was, and then
you had those guys fucking walking down the street. I know, right? Walking down the street, screaming about being from Maryland, like you're happy about that.
Yeah. We're from a state that couldn't decide.
So I play this game with Pat to see like how angry I can get.
Pat
him
McGuire
sometimes.
of the History Things podcast.
And primarily I do it by talking just mad shit about Maryland.
Really?
And that gets him
bugs
going.
him.
Yeah, it does.
He loves Maryland.
I know he does.
Why does he love Maryland? Has he explained that?
Because he's from there.
Yeah, but I'm from New Jersey. I don't love New Jersey.
Well, I wouldn't either.
Well, but I mean,
They haven't done anything notable.
Well, hold on. Sorry, what?
They haven't done anything notable. I mean, Revolutionary War, the Virginians always saved their ass.
Well, and see, here's part of the problem of playing this game with Pat is then we get into a discussion about how Maryland has contributed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me recount all of the brave Maryland units that I think of when I think of every Civil War battle.
Right.
Yes, the first Maryland that like saved the world. No, I think of like the Iron Brigade, the people who did something.
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Owen, you are really,
But yeah,
really
anyway,
endearing yourself to the audience.
Just like I don't think about Virginia unit. Like the Virginia units are cool, but North Carolina did everything.
What, Eric?
So, anyways,
Nice eye roll.
cool story.
Now let the adults get back to talking.
Right.
Pennsylvania.
Get back to the children's table like you're supposed to be. Don't you dare talk poorly about the reserves.
Son of a bitch.
Turned into pink mist at Sharpsburg.
All right, so go ahead. You were saying?
You goddamn son of a
Not
bitch.
you,
I
Owen.
don't remember now.
All right,
It
well,
doesn't
whatever.
matter.
So the point is, Ronnie, I actually have some audio that I'll share with you guys later. We don't have a guest today, so we've got more time to do other things. So I have audio of some people that I interviewed. You know, it's just a little thrill for people to hear themselves on a internationally syndicated show like this. I mean,
They love us in Slovakia.
Yeah, they do. They do. It's the internet, so automatically you become international. You know, you have 2 listeners in another country, you're an international show.
Yeah,
we have 3. We have 3 listeners in another country. So we'll get to that, okay, Ronstadt, and then we'll get to so then Remembrance Day we're hanging out, parade, we do all that stuff, and then we go to the Farnsworth house. We go to the Dobbin house for dinner, and then walk across to the cemetery for the luminaries, which were really nice. What?
Carry on.
The luminaries. I like your muffled laughs because they're really good for the board because you can't tell that it's actually me pressing the button sometimes. Like it just sounds like you laughing under your breath. So I like to pull those as much as I can.
What new comment is there?
But anyway, yeah. So and it was a nice weekend and everything. Then the following week was Thanksgiving. And I was supposed to go back to Jersey, but my sister and her family were over at my brother-in-law's brother's house, so I guess her in-laws. And the kids were all playing and everything. And the next day we find out that my nephew's cousin has the Rona.
Yikes. Yeah.
So now no one's leaving the house. So that means, it was just me, my mother and father. Otherwise, I think they were going to be there for Thanksgiving. And we're like, well, if the kids aren't going to be there, I don't really need to get together with all you guys. And so we didn't do anything for that. It was canceled. And thank God you and Kath had made reservations at the Farnsworth house for 4.
Yep.
And only 3 of you were going. You, Kath, and the great Mike 6 Questions Lentz.
Yeah.
And so I got to go along with you. And I thought the food was delicious. I've never had a Thanksgiving meal from a buffet before. And I was worried maybe the turkey would be dry or something like that. But no,
it was great,
nothing was dry. It was delicious. It was really good. They did a really good job there at the Farnsworth house. So that was nice. And it was nice to spend...
Dobbin house. Oh, yeah.
No, Farnsworth.
Yeah.
It was nice to spend Thanksgiving with you guys. I think I had a lot of fun. And we met a listener who was 2 tables away from us.
Yeah. Doc.
Ray?
No. Oh my God. You're putting me on the spot.
You sure it's not Ray? I want to say Ray. What was the last name?
Professor.
Mike. Was his name Mike?
Oh my God.
His last name began with an S. Did it not?
Starch.
Rick.
Straight. I'm sorry. Scarce. Yeah.
Straight. Rick. Scarce.
Scarce is his last name, and I can't.
Rick.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Is he
Thank
in the?
you.
Is he?
Thank
Is
you.
he in
Oh
the?
my
6
God.
questions
Yes. Thanks.
for handling that.
6 questions.
6 questions. If you know the last name, go ahead and throw that in the comments.
It's no. She got it. Scarce. Yeah.
You're sure?
I'm
Yeah.
positive
Okay.
of that. Yeah.
Or starch.
Well,
Scarce.
I mean,
It's
you know.
scarce. R-I-K,
Did 6
not
questions-
R-I-C-K, by the way.
Right. R.I.K.
It is R-I-K. Yeah, I met him at the bookstore. He was like the nicest person in the
Yes,
world. Told
he
me a
and his
little bit of his
wife.
story, and then we happened to all have reservations about the same time the next day. So
Yeah.
it's kind of neat. He
I
and
think
his
they were
wife
coming in like a half hour before us.
Yeah.
Now, did 6 questions bother to tell us why he isn't here today? I thought he was coming. He texted me asking if we were doing a show, and then he doesn't
has
show
not
up.
said.
Well, maybe he will answer us now.
Make yourself known,
Well, we
Michael.
do have a call here. I wonder if it is. No, it's. I don't know. It's not Mike. But let's take a caller since we've got no guest to hurry up and get to today. Caller, you are on the air.
Hi, Matt. It's Bill.
God, that's the scariest sound I've ever heard. Hi, Matt. It's Bill. Bill.
I have 2
Waddle
things.
diddle daddle Bill.
Waddle doodle.
Waddle doodle.
First of all, Eric, I am not a farm. And second of all, when we were lining up, I don't know how many reenactors there were, but the only person I could hear was Cam. And I stopped dead in my tracks, and I almost broke my neck turning it around, and just started laughing with Cindy, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Listen, it's Cam."
Well, you see, here this is a little known fact, Bill. I stopped reenacting because I met Cam.
Oh, don't say that.
All right. I can see that. He's hardcore, but
poor Cam. Everybody loves Cam.
Yeah, no.
Everybody does love Cam.
It was, and I started pointing them out to other people in my unit, and they're like, "Who?" I'm like, "It's Cam." So,
Yeah, now I didn't see him as they were marching by. I guess he was on the other side of the road. Oh, you did?
Oh,
yeah, he was on the other side.
I saw Owen.
Oh, I saw Owen too.
Yeah, now
And
you can
Bill.
talk, Owen. Who'd you march with, Owen?
LibertyRifles.org.
Oh, wow, Liberty Rifles. And who were you supposed to be?
11th New Jersey.
11th New Jersey.
Yeah, my blood was boiling.
Because everybody loves New Jersey.
Well, you know.
Well, New Jersey saved Gettysburg.
Yes.
Are we sure about that?
I mean, they did some stuff.
Oh, sure as hell wasn't that.
What?
It was maybe the Pennsylvania Reserve.
It wasn't Chamberlain.
Well, I
Still
think
Fifth Corps.
Pennsylvania
Reserve.
What, Bill?
You guys have a great night.
Oh, okay. All right, you
Andy
two.
and I are driving home from Hackettstown. We day drink.
I used to live there. Where'd you go to Zigmeister or Mini Girl
We
or
went to
Jersey Girl?
Sigmeister. No, we went to Sigmeister, then we went to Manskirt,
Manskirt, that's what I was thinking.
and now, yep, I got you a 6-pack from Sigmeister.
Oh, thank you. When are you coming down next?
Saturday. Next Saturday we'll be down.
I'll be away.
We're taking a tour with Bob.
All right. Oh, that's right. That's right. I saw your reservation. Yeah, Bob's all nervous because you asked about medical, and so he's like, I got to find another guide to do it because I don't know a lot about medical. So.
No, that's all right. He called me last night, and we talked, and it's all good.
Oh, so he's doing it?
Yeah, we're going to do Longstreet second day assault minus Rights Brigade.
There you go. There you go. Okay, very good. I'm glad that worked out. Good, because now I don't need to find another guide. Oh, what?
Yeah. Oh, another workplace injury.
You?
Yes.
Congratulations. Like, what am I supposed to say to that?
Well, the last time I fell off a ladder.
Oh, yeah, you did.
This time, this time I took 7 stitches to the hand when a survey stake broke yesterday in the cold.
Ooh, got the air.
Ooh, in the cold. That had to hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. And I'm glad.
I'm getting old, Matt.
Yeah, you are. That's true. That's true.
I probably got to calm down.
You should probably take it easy a bit there, Bill. You know,
Workers' comp.
You're not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah, follow every OSHA guideline. What's wrong with you?
That's right. Those OSHA guidelines are there for a reason.
OSHA is a suggestion.
That's right. There you go. A suggestion. All right. Well, listen, Bill, I got somebody else calling in the queue here, so I got to get through. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you next weekend. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Have a great night.
You
See
too.
you guys.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. And let's see I think I know who this is, and I think he better have a good explanation as to why he's not here. Is this Mike Lentz?
Yes, this is. It's a good question.
Well, interestingly enough, Mike's not here because he ran his car into the Chambersburg fountain last night.
Oh, please don't tell me that's not him.
No,
That's not.
no, that's not me.
Oh, my God. I almost freaking died.
But it makes sense. It's plausible.
So last night, for those of you who don't know, somebody ran into the fountain that's in the middle of the square in Chambersburg, right?
Again.
Yeah.
And Veronica said today she saw it and it was wrapped in plastic or something like that.
Well, I just thought it was closed up for winter,
Well,
which might have been.
yeah,
it might have been like the.
No, it definitely wasn't at 3:00 this morning.
That's wild.
Wow. And so Eric saying that was Mike now, just I can't believe that it didn't occur to me to even think that might have been. But of course it's Mike. But it's not Mike. That's what we're saying. It's not Mike.
No.
Okay. Well, good, Mike. I'm glad to hear you didn't crash your car into a fountain. So why aren't you here then, Michael?
Well, yeah. Well, there's an interesting story behind that one. Okay. So I've been dealing with this strained hamstring the last couple of weeks. And
Yeah,
as
you
I
have.
got better. Yep. So I went into work, and my boss told me, he said, don't push it too hard. Throttle back. You'll be fine. We understand. What do I proceed to do? Go full throttle. And
You started playing basketball.
Yeah. Well, you say that. So I was taking out the trash to the dumpster.
Uh-huh.
And so I was ready to pull the trash bag out of the trash receptacle. I was lifting it up and about to throwing it into the dumpster. And all of a sudden, I felt a pop and a sharp pain in my hamstring.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Major hamstring strain, 4 to 6 weeks recovery time.
boy, you.
4 to 6 weeks recovery time. So are you out of work this whole time, or are you just taking it easy at work?
No, taking it easy at work. They pretty much nailed me down onto the front count register and said, "You're not going anywhere, and we're keeping an eye on." So yes.
What did somebody say now, Eric?
Mike's legitimately the only person I've ever met in my life who has somehow caused themselves major injuries taking out the trash at work. Not once, but twice now.
Yes.
It's true. Now we went to, by the way, a week or so, I think, before Remembrance Day, we went to Antietam with Mike, Yumi, Kath, Eric, and Mike, and we took a tour with Matt Borders. Folks,
And boy, was it cold.
it was freezing and windy, but if just a side note, if you ever get a hankering to go to Antietam and you want to take a good tour, you want to get Matt Borders, we could put you in touch with him. Just let us know, and we'll do that because he does a really great job, and it was really cool. I've never taken a tour of Antietam. I just kind of wander around when I go there. But Mike, that was bothering you then, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
That was just one of those that I was resting at that point, and about 7 to 10 days in my kind of off from work to recuperate it. And it was okay. It was fine. The car tour was great. There was nothing strenuous going on. It's when I decided I wanted to do something strenuous with it that all of a sudden it just kind of went haywire on me. So, yeah.
All right. Well, good. I'm glad that you're not the guy who crashed into the fountain, and it's still the same old ailment that we've been working on for 4 weeks. It's nothing new because you don't want anything new, right? You don't want to. You don't want anything on top of.
No.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
And
So
it seems as if the year's ending on a bang or a pop.
let's not end it on a bang. Did you? Are you home now?
Yes, I am. I'm icing it, so that's why I'm not there in studio.
Okay.
I'm icing my hamstring right now. So yeah.
Good. You're home. You're icing your hamstring, wrapped in bubble wrap. I'm hoping, and you won't fall down the stairs or anything like that.
I'm not going anywhere near the fountain, apparently, here in Chambersburg.
Good.
That's for the best.
That's good to know. All right, Michael. Well, you are missed tonight, but I'm sure you'll have some good comments for us in the comments section there. So, thank you for calling, Mike.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next week, I hope.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right.
See you, Mike.
You too. All right, Ronnie. So let's see. Let's do this. Let's take a break, okay? And then we're going to come back from the break. And we're going to go, hey, if I was a hot dog, I'd smother myself in relish and eat me. Or something like that. I forget how you said it. But
What the hell?
Harry Carey. Thank you.
That one.
Thank you, Ronnie.
That one I knew.
What was the thing about Harry Carey that came up the other day and was cracking us up? Who was I with? No. Huh? Was that at dinner?
We were talking about Harry Carey.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Something made me laugh.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
If the moon was made of cheese.
What is that?
Hey, if the moon was made of cheese.
Hey, if the moon was made of cheese, I'd eat it. Yeah. Oh, good stuff. All right, why don't we take a break and we'll be back. And then when we come back, we'll do more show, okay? Call us if you want. Talk to you later.
Velveeta, Knucklehead, Underwear, you are clear
go far. We'll be back before you can say John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going. But one way we haven't pushed too much yet is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. And that's a shame, because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or sip from your mug. So please, head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. You just might find the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop. Experience the magic of Christmas in Gettysburg. Stroll decorated streets on a festive walking food tour highlighting the sights, sounds, and unique tastes of this historic town. Enjoy stops at some of the best eateries, all while learning fascinating facts about early Christmas traditions. Admire the glittering lights, decorated storefronts, and our grand 30-foot Christmas tree in Lincoln Square, all adding to the ambiance of the most wonderful time of the year. Get started on Christmas shopping for your loved ones as we visit a few downtown stores that offer one-of-a-kind Christmas gifts. A perfect opportunity for any last-minute gift hunting you need to get done. Enjoy a private holiday tour through the Shriver House with dessert in the Shriver Saloon. This special tour will transport you back in time to Christmases of yesteryear. So make a new Christmas tradition with your family and friends. The Christmas Tastes and Traditions food tour promises to be delicious, delightful, and decidedly local. Go to SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com and book your tour today. That's SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com.
Think outside the bus and let family-owned Gettysburg Tours take you on a cycling journey across the picturesque and historic Gettysburg battlefield. There's no better way than by bicycle to gain a feel for the terrain of the battlefield. Slow enough to see it all, yet fast enough to do it all. Follow the route of Union troops entering the fray as you ride to the site of the first shots of this epic 3-day battle. Feel the drama as you put yourself in the position of a Confederate soldier just before he steps off to make Pickett's charge. Take a stand with the heroic Colonel Chamberlain on the slopes of Little Round Top, just before you view the fields of honor beneath you from its summit. All of our guides are officially licensed by the National Park Service. So don't get a sore neck trying to see out of your car, and saddle up with Gettysburg Tours for a 360-degree view of America's most important piece of real estate. Gettysburg Tours. Think outside the bus. Go to gettysburg.com or call 717-752-7752 to book a battlefield experience you will never forget.
Have you noticed our revamped website at addressinggettysburg.com? Well, that's the fine work of a man named Mike Stretch, and he also redid our logo for us. Both of them I originally designed, and both of them were originally horrible, but now they're nice, and that's all thanks to Mike. Mike has an awesome t-shirt company called Heritage Depot. There you'll find great designs based on Gettysburg and the Civil War with t-shirts and other types of merchandise. So go to heritage-depot.com and spruce up your Gettys Nerd wardrobe. That's heritage-depot.com. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com, or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
to the man who is adored by his haters and just tolerated by his fans. Here's Matt on Addressing Gettysburg Today.
What was that, Ronnie? What was that roll of the eyes?
I don't know who this guy is, but he obviously knows you.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. It's Huevos Grande. Huevos, he does know. He sees all the hate mail and listener email, and he's come to the conclusion that the people that hate us actually adore us because they know so much about the show. So they obviously watch it. And that's what he's saying there.
Gotcha.
And then meanwhile, the people that actually like us, they're indifferent, you know? They're like, meh, whatever.
Okay,
That's
now
not true.
let me
Of
turn
course
the
that's not
tables
true.
here. I'm gonna put you on the spot with something I didn't tell you I was gonna touch on.
Wait, do you want to get the thing you said before the break or at the break?
And whatever.
All right, I just don't want you to forget.
So you went to.
Your mic
cutting
keeps,
out.
yeah, it's the back thing there. Yeah, it should be okay. Just try not to knock it again.
I didn't know that I was knocking it.
Yeah, but you just accidentally when you like knock if you got to grab the mic, don't grab it from the back.
Okay.
Grab it from the side or the front.
Yeah, there you go.
Or just don't grab
I don't
it.
think I grabbed it from there.
Sometimes you just knock it by accident.
Okay.
Like if you talk with your hands.
All right, quit. So this is about you. So we're gonna go down this road. So you went to Light Up Night, right? That was last weekend because there's been what'd you say, 2 weeks that we haven't been here, so we have to bring our listeners up to speed about what we've been doing. And you went to Light Up Night, and you posted some pictures from some activities.
Yeah.
And one of the pictures just blew the minds of some of the girls that do care about you, because you put a picture up from the chocolate company or the chocolate bar, whatever that is, right?
Yes.
Did you know where I'm going with this?
I do.
Broke the hearts of like some Facebook people. Oh my goodness.
Wait,
like
what?
look at the comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
The hell are
That
you
looks like a
talking
date
about?
night, and oh my goodness, and you had to like go on and say, no, ladies, I'm still available. right. That's what he did.
I think I said, no,
But
ladies,
boy.
I'm perpetually unlovable.
There were tens of
There were
people that were disconcerted.
Yeah, very
I
much.
don't even think it was that many.
Very much so.
I don't think it was a single 10.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think it was like one person who said
two.
that.
Like 2 or 3.
Yeah, and it was actually just my fake account. What?
No,
Who said something?
Oh no, we're not playing this game.
Is it on the podcast page? Or
It's on. No, it was on my personal page, wasn't it?
Going there.
I don't know.
I think it was my personal page. I don't know. It's from last week. You got to look it up. It's a picture of hot chocolate.
I know.
You know the picture?
I'm going to find it.
It was the tree lighting night. Yeah.
There was a very dainty hand with a ring on it, and I thought, oh
was
my
Eric.
God, the reality.
Damn.
Does that look like a dainty hand? My giant sausage fingers, it's like a whole bunch of bananas attached to the end of my arm.
Yeah. So I mean, my goodness, folks
Well,
were
that's
really
not,
worried that you were officially off the market because it had a ring on that finger.
Yeah, your characterization, I think, is a little
Either
hopeful.
your hand is extremely delicate or you had a date night.
Yeah,
Looks
see?
cozy.
Yeah, who said that?
I'm not going to say her name on here.
Well, let me see that. Then I'm trying
It's
to remember.
your page. Look at your page.
I don't have my ability
well,
to
that's
get
your
on there.
problem.
Okay, thank you, Angela. Okay, my friend Angela. Yeah, and that's it.
No, there was a lot more that I think you deleted.
No, I
mean,
didn't.
it was like
looks
popping
fabulous
up with,
and fun for my aunt.
It
That's
was
it.
popping up with notifications all over.
Oh, maybe you have to go to that actual photo.
I do like Pat's response, though.
What was Pat's response?
It's a gif of a dude saying, I'm still feeling skeptical.
Yeah. Everybody's hopeful for me, but that's it's just never going to. I'm hopeless. when it
Well, I
comes to
mean,
that
if
stuff.
it's any consolation, I have no hope for you.
Yeah. No, I knew that.
Okay. All right.
In fact, when I first met you over in Culp's Hill and you came out of the woods and you offered to help.
You say like I emerged from the woods like the Yeti.
Like a mountain
Like
man.
the Sasquatch. Plowed out of the briar patch.
What, Co?
That's how I got the story. He just came out of the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
At Culp's Hill.
Yeah.
Almost like appeared out of nothing.
He came. Well, that's what it was. Bob and I were walking around, and all of a sudden, we noticed this big burly guy with this long beard and a Spanish-American war hat. And he's just like circling, and then he disappears. And then he reappears out of a field, and then he disappears. And then he reappears out of the trees, and then he comes back. And then, yes, materializes. And then he comes over to us, and we're scared. And I'm like, what are you scared of, Bob? You've got the musket. Bob had a musket with him. And he comes over and starts, "Are you Matt and Bob?" And we're like, "Yeah." And now we're really scared because this was the early days of fame, so we really weren't used to it.
Bob could not have been that scared because he initiated that conversation by talking about my hat.
Well, that's what happens when he's scared. If he's afraid of something, he'll try to engage it in conversation.
Because I was trying not to make eye contact because you don't talk to strangers.
Right, that's true. You don't. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with it anyway, so forget. Oh, no, you came up and later on you messaged me and you said, "Do you need help?" And he goes, and I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, first let me say, I think you're pretty hopeless, but I like what you're doing, so I want to help you." And so that was a long way to get to something that shouldn't have. Don't even bother, Owen. Don't even bother clapping. It was
Don't worry, because I never delete text messages, so I'm pretty sure I still have that.
I think it was on Instagram.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
I don't delete those either.
So go look on Instagram and see. Maybe you won't be able to see it.
Long ago.
Well, you can't see it because it's too small.
Well, it's a good point, Charlie. Thank you. Okay, so where were? Oh,
So
let's
just catching up on other things. So
Yes.
on Wednesday, we had some other friends of the show in town, right? And that was Brian Helton and his wife
September. Yeah.
Stopped in, said, "Hey, at the studio, at the bookshop, we BS'd for a little while, and they were like, you know what? Brian remembered meeting my mom back on 4th of July and was asking about how Kathy was, and he was like, you know what? I would like to take you ladies out to dinner."
Well, how nice! I
How
didn't
about
know that.
Yeah, that was
that's
very, very nice of them.
So he took you out to dinner.
Yeah. And you joined in.
Oh, yes, I
figured
did.
they would enjoy
That's
that.
right, I did.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you,
So
Brian.
the five of us had a really nice dinner over at the Dobbin House, the Spring House Tavern, and it's nice. I mean, Brian and September are patrons. I mean, they share, like how much they enjoy the show and everything. But it really is a neat little experience to meet folks that listen and know you and have met you and follow up.
They pay more attention to the show than we do.
I mean, they were.
Like not just Brian and September, but like all the listeners I hear from, like they will quote back lines or something as if I've got a Rolodex in my head of everything that we've ever said or done, and and I have to explain it. I'm like, I don't want to sound like an ass, but like the minute we finish the show, actually the minute I put the show out there, I'm done with whatever we were talking. Like I have to clear it out because I got to think of what we're doing next.
Sure.
So it's very hard for me to keep track of all these things, but it's flattering that people actually pay that close attention.
Oh, yeah.
And
but they add something to it too, right? Like because, you have people like Bill or Mike or, people that like call in and they joke around and they,
we love people who call in and joke around. That's why I'm always saying, call in. We love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. That's good. That's good.
But that's another thing too. Just if anybody's in town, look us up. I mean, it's I think
Do
that
that
was
too.
just that was really nice. Brian mentioned that they actually stopped into the store on Monday, and I was not there.
Right.
They came back Tuesday.
So they were stalking you, yeah.
No.
Oh, looking for you.
They came back Tuesday just to say hi. Like, there's such nice people, and it's honestly the people that you have following you are legitimately nice people. So I actually throw that out there because I think, in retrospect, I apologize if this is accurate.
Apology accepted.
I think on Thanksgiving, Beth was at the Farnsworth house, and in retrospect, I think I recognized her after we left. I believe she was actually Beth Benacci or Benacci. I'm probably butchering your name, Beth, and I apologize.
Yes, sorry, Beth.
But but if you guys ever it's always just so nice to just meet new people and hang out and whatever. So don't.
Yeah, if she was there, she should have just thrown a dinner roll at us or something. And
well, I'm not sure that she
recognized.
Listen, I don't think we're conceited enough to think that people recognize us.
No, I met her at Remembrance Day weekend, so she knew who I was.
I got recognized on Remembrance Day, which was baffling to me.
Yeah.
From someone in the parade?
No.
Because someone, while I was doing video, someone yelled out, "Addressing Gettysburg!" And then threw a rock in my head.
I do remember hearing that.
Yeah, and Beth just said I didn't want to enter dinner. No. And I feel bad because we should have interrupted your dinner.
Yeah.
Because I thought I recognized you and you were there with your family, and I was going to say something, and then we took off, or maybe actually I think you guys left before we did. But just say hi. It's always nice to meet people.
It is nice to meet people. We like it, and so far all of the meetings and exchanges have been very nice. And it's who wouldn't want to meet people? No, not us. Well, I mean, who in our position?
I was waiting for me, for him to end it. Yeah, with me. Who wouldn't want to meet Matt?
Oh no,
That's where I thought that was.
I was going to say, who in our position would not want to meet the people that keep us in our position? Of course you should do that. You should meet everybody. Not everybody. I mean, that's impossible. especially with the numbers we've been getting lately, which we'll talk about at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, and anyway, Brian and his wife were saying though that my favorite part of what they were talking about was how she, what is it? She runs around the house saying
Aldersman Brodesson.
Right?
Right.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Aldersman Brodesson.
And what's the other one that she always says?
Well, she calls out Wayne's name, like joking,
Oh,
because
well,
that was
that was-
something. Yeah. He
Yeah.
called in and told us.
Right,
that,
he told us that one. No, yeah, she loves Alderson Brodesson, and then there was another one I thought she said, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, so
Aldersman
I struggle with names sometimes.
Oh,
'cause
maybe-
she has a little Tennessee accent herself.
You're going to forgive me on the name. I have a hard time with names sometimes.
yes, you do, Cammy. Yes, you do. You're a wonderful
It was
kid,
a lot of
Cam.
fun.
Oh, that's right. Estella
I don't think so.
Estella and her husband were here too.
Yeah.
On Friday.
Yes,
Thursday.
that's-
Whatever day that was.
No, yeah, Thursday
That would've been
before.
Friday,
Oh no,
before
Friday
Gary
because
came,
it was before we did the show with, and they gave us the sign. Did I show the sign on the show?
Not on the show.
No,
Oh,
not
I
yet.
didn't. Oh,
We haven't done one of these since.
That's
you got
right.
it.
Okay, so Estella and Glenn, they came. She said, you know, I want to. I have something for you, and I want to drop it by at the studio. So I said, okay, I'll be there. So she comes down to the studio with Glenn, and Mike Lentz was also here, and I guess he was privy to this. He knew about this ahead of time, and so he was very excited. He was like a child on Christmas. He's like,
about that?
he's doing this, and he's like, okay, yeah. And so she gives me the box, and I open it up, and there's this beautiful sign here.
God, wow.
So there you go.
Oh, it's spelt wrong.
Oh, stop it.
Look at it.
What? What? It's not spelled wrong.
No, I know it's not, but I wanted to throw you off.
Yeah, well, you did. You threw me off. It's this wooden sign addressed in Gettysburg. It says on there, you know, and there you go. And look at that. It's
That's
it's
really
carved
nice.
in there. It's beautiful. It's done by Ram Carvings out of Palm, PA. I'll give them a little shout out there. I don't know.
Stop moving it.
Okay, is that focused?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. All right, good. All right, good. So we're gonna find a place to put this on the wall somewhere where it's gonna be hard because it's a black wall. So we get black on black. It's
That
not gonna.
sticks out though, right?
Yeah, you
Actually,
think?
when you posted a picture of that to Facebook, this is the first time I've seen it in person. But when you posted the original picture, I thought it was a glass etching.
Oh.
Like the reflection or
That's
something
fair.
made it look
Really?
like
Made
it
it
was like
look-
glass.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's fair.
it was pretty neat.
That sounds interesting. Stella, can you return this and have it made in glass? No, I'm just kidding.
We know somebody
No.
that can make it in glass.
We do. We know somebody who does wonderful.
My point is, it looks like that with the right lighting.
Yeah,
so
no,
you
I
can-
know. No, it's very nice and shiny, and it's
very
beautiful. Thank you very much for that, Stella and Glenn. We always love people's gifts. Okay, so you want to hear some of the interviews that I did with people? I got them in here, and I have them by their names, but I don't remember what we talk about. So let's see. We'll start with the one and only Tim Smith. Hello, Tim.
Let's interview these guys. They were just talking to me.
Well, I was just going to interview you.
Oh, what do you want to interview me?
Well, I mean, we're at the Farnsworth House, and are you going to be doing the video with Gary today?
I think Gary has enough commentators up there. I might drop in for a special visit.
Yeah.
But as far as a main commentator, I think I'll leave it up to them. They do a really good job.
I'm going to drop in like John Lennon did on Howard Cosell.
Yeah, like we'll be like, John Lennon.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah. I was thinking, more like how Joe Namath does on the sideline when he's drunk.
Well, but that's not good. Okay, touche. Maybe it'll be like that. All right, and you like these festivities here, the Remembrance Day stuff?
I think it's the last hurrah of the year. So it always feels like, however busy we are, it all culminates in this weekend, and like everybody who I've met through the entire year or the years previous comes up and says hi to me. So it's like an old home week, and I see all these civil enthusiasts, and it may be the last time I see them until next spring.
Which is sometimes nice, right? You need a break.
That's right. You need a break. A natural break.
Because like every week, we don't get weekends here in Gettysburg when you live off the tourists, right? Because there is no such thing as a weekend.
Yeah, it blends together as one big long tourist season every weekend. But also, this year we have the, and probably Veronica talked about this on the show, we have this Christmas festival coming up for a couple weekends in December. And the last time they did it, it was really well received, and there were lots of people here. So that'll be our next busiest day.
So we kind of extend the season a little bit.
That's correct.
Well, it'll be nice. Enjoy yourself today, Tim. I hear the drums a-beating, so I guess they're coming down the road, and I'll talk to you later. All right, so
bye. That was a classic Tim Smith bye too. There was no bye.
There was no bye.
He's just gone. Not you have a good one too. Not nice seeing you. Not I'll catch up with you later. He's just out.
Katie thinks that's the funniest thing in the world.
It is. It's
when we're at the Farnsworth and he sidles up to the table and we start talking about like something,
anything,
whatever's on his mind.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you look away for like a split second, and you look up, and Tim's just like vanished. He's gone.
And you go, so Tim, what do you think of that? And then he's just not there. I know. And the thing is, when I did that goodbye to him, he was already about 15 feet away from me. So he had already started to walk away. All right, let's see. Who is this here? Jacob. Let's see, Jacob. Who's Jacob? Okay, I'm standing here with Jacob. Jacob, we're at the Farnsworth house. What are you eating?
Cod and French fries.
How old are you?
8.
What kind of 8-year-old eats cod?
It's a type of fish.
I know what it is, but who eats that at 8 years old?
Me.
Obviously. But why? Shouldn't you be eating chicken fingers or Twinkies?
It's just really good because it's healthy.
That's a good answer. Is it broiled or baked?
I'm not quite sure.
Yes, it's fried in oil with breading, so it's not exactly what we would call healthy, but okay.
Okay.
So I think you might be the youngest Addressing Gettysburg listener out there. What do you think of that?
I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. You're a man in a class all his own.
Yep.
Right. And what is it that you like about the show the most?
Learning about Gettysburg.
And what have you learned about Gettysburg?
Basically. A lot.
Give me one example.
Like the war, how it happened, and it was brother versus brother.
Good save. Good save. Who's your favorite person on the show?
You.
Damn right. Darn right, I mean, excuse me. Who's your second favorite person?
Veronica.
Ah, okay. And who do you think is the most heartless person on the show?
Eric.
Really? Ah, that's terrible. How could you say that? But you're right. Okay, so does the show make you laugh?
Yes.
Do you learn?
Yes.
And do you love?
Yes.
So you laugh, learn, and love.
Yes.
That should go on some housewife's kitchen wall, shouldn't it?
Yes.
Thank you. Jacob, it is great to meet you. We'll get a picture later before we all go. Enjoy the parade and enjoy the rest of your cod.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Jacob. Enjoy your food.
How much did you pay that kid?
Bullshit.
Spliced.
I swear to God, no, not spliced. Well, maybe a little spliced. But, well, he had to think because he didn't remember everybody's names. So I just cut out his thinking when he would answer the questions. But that was little Jacob, 8 years old. Genius. Eric is the most heartless. Poor Eric. Let's see, Tim Matthews. So this is Tim.
Hi.
Tim is a listener, and he is in town this whole week, right?
Yeah, till tomorrow.
Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I live in Mount Airy, Maryland.
And you got to sit in on a show last night with Tim and Gary?
I sure did. It was great.
That was probably the highlight of your life.
Pretty much. It's up there.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Well, enjoy the parade. Do you want to say anything to the people who are listening that didn't make the effort to come out here?
It's worth it. Whatever sacrifice, whatever time it takes, you really need to try this. This is wonderful.
And not necessarily this weekend, just anytime. Come to Gettysburg.
I'm coming back. I'm already booking my next trip.
Thank you. Have a good one.
The lady that flies. What? Bill said, please
sorry.
play the audio of the young lady that flies.
The audio of the young lady that flies.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. Maybe it'll come back to me, or maybe he can say it in a less cryptic way so that I can understand it and not waste 5 minutes on the show trying to figure out what it is, Bill. All right, you want to hear one more listener or the star of that night?
Who was the star of that?
Who do you think
Probably
was the star?
lady.
Cameron?
Oh.
Cameron.
Skip it.
I was
Go
thinking the lady
to
that
listener.
flies.
He's a listener. All right, let's walk around and see who we see here. Okay, what's your name?
John.
All right, so you told me before that you recently moved here from Baltimore. How recent?
Oh, about 7 years ago.
Okay, not that recent, but so I'm assuming, have done every Remembrance Day parade?
Oh, yes. I used to belong to the 15th New Jersey Volunteer Infantry Reenactment Unit, and I've been coming to the parades since probably in the early 80s.
So you actually were in them for a while.
Yes, I was in them for quite a few years. Now I'm just a spectator.
Which do you prefer?
I like them both, but I kind of like it right now with a nice beverage and a cigar and just relaxing.
Just watching.
Yes.
Yeah. And are you a listener to Addressing Gettysburg?
Oh, yes, I am. I enjoy it immensely.
Very good. Are you a patron?
No, I'm not a patron.
Shame.
Hey, sometimes you just have to hang your head in shame.
It's all right. We'll forgive you. All right. Well, enjoy the parade, and I'm going to roam around a little bit more. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So that was John, and I'm sure it's a thrill for people to hear themselves on this international show. So I just figured I would let him hear it, and then. Maybe we should just skip Cam.
Man, our Albania numbers are going
huge
through the roof.
Oh my God! If only I knew. We're gonna have to plan a trip there for a meet and greet. All right, yeah. So we'll what?
You don't want to go to Albania?
Well, if we have fans there, we must
Why
go.
not?
You know.
Why not?
Because Serbia's better.
Okay.
Debate.
I mean, who wants to go to either one of those places? I don't want to go to any one of them. I don't want to leave Gettysburg. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the world. You want to hear Cam?
Of course.
Cam in all his glory. Well, I'm sitting here with the great Cam Mallow, Sergeant Major of the 7th West Virginia in the 2nd Corps. Listen to it.
Sergeant Major.
Hold on. I got to figure out how to work this damn board here. Oh, sorry. All right, listen. Well, I'm sitting here with the great Cam Mallow, Sergeant Major of the 7th West Virginia in the 2nd Corps.
Sergeant Major for FVB right now for 2nd Regiment.
Your hat has the 7 on it.
Yeah. Still my 7th hat.
Okay, so Cam, we are at the Farnsworth House in the beer garden. There are people all around us. When you came in here, Cameron, it was as if like Robert De Niro came in here. People just started flocking to you. They were fawning over you. In fact, Ricky Fowler, one of our listeners, said, "I can't believe it. Bo Brinkman's here, but I'm staring at Cam." What does it feel like to be such a big celebrity, all because of Addressing Gettysburg?
Just feels the same.
Feels the same. Because you've always been a celebrity.
No, I just known.
Your whole life, no matter where you go, you're the one that's celebrated.
It doesn't bother me.
I mean, why would it bother you? It's nice, right? People like you. You did your train whistle. Can we get a little train whistle for you here?
What's the thing? Cam's gonna do the train whistle. No.
Ricky Fowler.
That was a better one than you did before. He tried so hard to resist. And it took 1 second.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, for Ricky Fowler. He goes, Ricky.
Okay. I can hear people in the background saying, Cam's going to do the train whistle. Cam's going to do the train whistle. Like, oh.
People were so... People were so, like, there were people on the other side of the beer garden, like, when he did it, like, just everybody stopped and started looking. Like, what the hell's going on? And we're all like a bunch of happy idiots. And he's just sitting there doing his whistle. Thank you very much, Cam. Thank you, yes. Look at that. He's getting a round of applause. So, how was it marching in the parade?
Good to be on the original route again.
You like the original route better?
Yeah.
It's a little longer.
Yeah, it don't bother me.
Did you hear people yelling your name?
Couple times, but I was too busy keeping track of the brigade.
They say, Cam, I love you on Addressing Gettysburg.
No, you wish.
I do actually. Somebody yelled out to me. They said, Addressing Gettysburg. And I waved to him.
Oh, okay.
Well, what else, Cam? You want anything? What do you want to tell the people who are not here?
I got you.
Thank you, Ricky Fowler. What do you want to tell the people who are not here but should be here?
This is probably the most important date for all reenactors. Everybody should be here in Gettysburg.
Even non-reenactors?
Yeah.
So, listeners, Cam Mallow is telling you next year, make plans. Start booking your hotels now for Remembrance Day next year. Are you excited to come in here and hang out with Bo Brinkman and Ricky Fowler, the famous golfer?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool that Bo thinks you're amazing.
Yeah.
This is a man who's acted alongside of Martin Sheen and Tom Berenger, and he is happy to see you.
Yep.
That's where I wanted to go.
Great. Well, Cam, as always, you are a barrel of monkeys. We hope that you will entertain us with some more stories about the hills and hollers of Moorfield, West Virginia. And then come back on the show as soon as you're back.
Yeah, hopefully.
When are you going to be back?
I don't know yet right off. Right now I'm a substitute school teacher, and I'm teaching U.S. history to sixth graders back home.
So, and you don't know how long they're going to have you as a sub?
No, it just depends on when my next government job comes up.
All right, well, good luck with that, Cameron. People are lining up to get autographs from you, so I'm going to let them do that right now. Ricky, I want you to sign his hand so you can get it tattooed.
All right, Matt, whatever.
Thank you, Cameron. So there you go. There's Cam's
Kinda
big.
got out of hand.
We created a monster.
Yeah, we have. He sat there like a king, like Jabba the Hutt almost, and no. I mean, I didn't mean it that way.
People were coming to pay their
he was
tribute
just,
to
and
him,
everybody's all gathered around, and he just calm and cool and collected, and then but it was funny because I sat down next to him to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm here with great Cam Mallow. Yeah.
If he drank, I could understand maybe he was like annoyed that you were keeping him from drinking or like you were distracting him or something. Like, get out of my face. But
nothing.
That's just Cam.
No,
it's more like, he considers it a matter of course.
Yes.
Like, this is just what's supposed to happen.
It's like doing a press junket for a movie. Got to sit and talk to him in public. Well, when I sat down next to him, unrelated to me sitting down, all of a sudden his canteen, you know how, Eric, how the tin canteens are two halves?
Yes, I'm aware.
Right? Okay. And it just went... and all the water just came out. And I go, Cam, what the hell did you do? I didn't do it. You did it. And I'm like, I didn't touch a damn canteen.
No.
Poor Cam. But anyway, we had a lot of fun with Cam. So there we go. And then other people too. Tim, John, Jacob, little Jacob. That was a cute one to do there. And then Tim Matthews as well. What, Eric, you were going to say something?
No.
Okay, I thought you were.
I'll say, so Tim actually had a good point, Tim Matthews, saying that, he encourages people to come out. That's the first time I ever got to see the luminaries lit. Like, I've been out here maybe 3 or 4 times now during Remembrance Day.
Right.
And for whatever reason, whether it's wind or snow or rain or whatever, like, I've not ever seen them lit. So I was pretty excited to see that, and that was pretty impressive.
That is interesting. That was pretty moving, actually. When you see that many lights, all of a sudden it takes on it really puts it in perspective for you.
And that's not even all the guys, obviously.
No.
Right? I mean, that's just the ones that are here. But
Just the ones that are here.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is very sad. Caller, you're on the air. 216.
Is that me?
I guess that's you.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Yeah. No, it's Ricky.
Ricky Fowler. Great golfer.
216 number. I thought you were a Pittsburgh boy.
Well, he was originally from the 216 area.
I don't even know where 216 is. Where's that?
Yeah.
Philadelphia? I don't know.
Cleveland.
Vicky, do you want to know that answer? It's Cleveland.
Is it clear? Yeah, thank you.
Vicky.
Well played. Thanks, Ricky.
Ricky calls you Vicky. All right, so what do you want there, Ricky?
Oh, no, I just wanted to add to the story of Cam at the beer garden.
Yes, please do.
When I first walked in, the first thing you said to him was do the whistle for Ricky, and he looked at you like a disappointed son looking at his father when he asked you to do something and show off. He's like, "You are gonna."
I love that.
It was fantastic.
Well, he didn't feel like performing right away because he had just come off of a big performance as Sergeant Major of the 7th West Virginia.
Keeping the brigade in line.
Keeping the brigade in line, right. And he had to really keep...
Yeah, no,
he couldn't even say hi to you, Veronica, right?
I mean, he wasn't walking in the parade. He was doing his line
job.
brigade
Yeah,
keeping.
he was he was the brigade shepherd. What, Ricky? I'm sorry, you were starting to talk and I cut you off.
Oh, no, I'm saying, I know he had a busy day. It was just funny. And it was great to meet Cam. He's a great guy.
He is a great guy. You also got to meet Six Questions Lens, right?
I was so worried for Mike the whole weekend.
Yes, because
Every time he was out and about.
Mm-hmm. And he was nursing that
I
hamstring
just
back
kept
then.
thinking something was going to fall on him.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's plausible.
And you also, I saw you were, what do you call it, shooting the shit with Bo Brinkman for a while there.
Yeah, no, that Bo's definitely a cool guy. I asked him a lot of questions about what it was like back in the day when they were filming the movie at Farnsworth House, so he was kind of filling me in.
Yeah.
But definitely a cool guy.
He didn't tell you to, F off and stop bugging me with your stupid questions, kid? Nothing like that. He was very nice and gracious, right?
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Every time I ask him a question, he tells me to F off.
Ricky made Gary Edelman's page.
Ricky what?
Ricky made Gary Edelman's page over Remembrance Day weekend.
Oh, you did? You were?
Yeah.
How'd you do that, Ricky? Oh, because you
Yeah.
So Ricky had had a Tim Smith cool shirt.
Mhm.
And what'd you do, Rick?
We had just gotten into town, so we were walking the Blue and the Gray, and I see shooting a live video. Blue and the Gray was 2-packed, so we walked past the Will's house, and he was on the opposite corner. And I saw him and Chris White and I think Wayne Mott's doing a live video for the American Battlefield Trust. So I said, "Hey, Gary," and he waved. And then I said it again, and he yelled at me because they were doing a live video. But then I flashed him my Tim Smith shirt, and he started laughing.
So wait a second. So he's doing a live video, and you yell like, "Hey, Gary!" And he yells at you for interrupting him, and then so like the Tim Smith T-shirt. Follow me here. Is like a roll of Mentos.
It's the fresh maker.
It's the fresh maker. It gets you out of trouble,
Yeah.
right? It's like, you mess up Gary's video and then you go, no, Tim Smith T-shirt. And he goes, oh, okay. Good for you. Do-do-do-do-do-do-wah. What?
I was saying I felt really bad about it. So I went over, and once they were done with the video, I went over to him and said, "Hey, I apologize. I feel bad." And he goes, No. And then that's when they also felt me. And then the next day at the parade, he saw me again after I saw you guys at that. He flashed me at the parade. So I was like, "Hey, I just got flashed by Gary. That's cool."
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, was Gary wearing Tim's shirt at the parade?
No,
just
Gary
flat.
doesn't own one of Tim's shirt.
Oh, okay. I
so
thought
that makes this conversation more disconcerting.
it's like, wait, what did he flash?
Yeah, wait. I just realized that. He doesn't want a Tim shirt. What did he?
No, he just opened up the shirt.
He was just making fun of you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
Yeah.
So,
that's it. I just wanted to add, it was great to see you guys.
Yeah, no, it was good to see you. Good to hang out with you. And how come you didn't bring your friends down? You left them up at the Blue and Gray or wherever? Why didn't you just say, come with me?
No, they were over at Upper Crust. Because they had that, their nephew was with them, so they were playing basketball.
Okay.
Taking a little break, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Rick. Well, thanks for the call, and thanks for coming out and seeing you. Also, thanks for the gift card, by the way. Ricky Fowler gave us a nice gift card, and I'd like to give it to Eric because that's the way I am, but he refuses to take it. So...
Oh, no.
Yeah, he refuses to take it. He says, I'm not taking anything from that Pittsburgh bastard, is what he said.
I like Pittsburgh. It's not because he lives in Pittsburgh. It's because he's from Cleveland.
No, he didn't say anything like that.
Fair enough, Eric. And I just want to... I know how uncomfortable you get, so I want to say thank you for your service here.
Well, thank you, Rick.
Well played.
I'll keep you in my prayers. Let's move on.
All right, you guys have a great day.
See you, Ricky.
All right, you too, Ricky. See you later.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. The number is 717-420-1978 if you want to call in, and you should do that. You should call in, get in the queue, and we'll have a lot of fun. We will take a break, and we'll come back with a lot more riotous behavior right after these words.
Matt and the gang will be back after these words, but don't fret. Our commercial breaks are designed to help you plan your next trip. Stick around.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going. But one way we haven't pushed too much yet is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. And that's a shame, because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or sip from your mug. So please, head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. You just might find the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop. Winter is coming. But that doesn't mean there's no reason for you to come to Gettysburg. In fact, there are more reasons for you to come to Gettysburg. Don't believe me? Well, how about not having to wait an hour and a half for a table at your favorite restaurant? How about not having to sit in traffic for a half an hour just to go 2 blocks in town? Are those not enough for you? Okay. How about seeing the battlefield with no leaves on the trees or corn that grows taller than a man to obscure your views? Now you'll actually be able to see the lay of the land. Ah, now I've got your interest. All right, what about this? Licensed battlefield guides that we have on the show have less hectic schedules, and they're able to take you on a tour that will enhance that better visibility. Just as I thought. Now you're with me. And now that you are, head over to addressinggettysburg.com/LBG or call 717-693-0182 for larger groups. That's addressinggettysburg.com/LBG or 717-693-0182. Experience the magic of Christmas in Gettysburg. Stroll decorated streets on a festive walking food tour highlighting the sights, sounds, and unique tastes of this historic town. Enjoy stops at some of the best eateries, all while learning fascinating facts about early Christmas traditions. Admire the glittering lights, decorated storefronts, and our grand 30-foot Christmas tree in Lincoln Square, all adding to the ambiance of the most wonderful time of the year. Get started on Christmas shopping for your loved ones as we visit a few downtown stores that offer one-of-a-kind Christmas gifts, a perfect opportunity for any last-minute gift hunting you need to get done. Enjoy a private holiday tour through the Shriver House with dessert in the Shriver Saloon. This special tour will transport you back in time to Christmases of yesteryear. So make a new Christmas tradition with your family and friends. The Christmas Tastes and Traditions food tour promises to be delicious, delightful, and decidedly local. Go to SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com and book your tour today. That's SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com. Well, the 2021 season is over, but that doesn't mean you can't get a jump on next season. In fact, Gettys Bike Tours will reward those who do so with a 15% discount. All you got to do is book a tour for 2 people or more between now and March 31st of 2022, and you'll receive 15% off your tour. So call 717-752-7752 and book today. Discount only applies to tours. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. Isn't it, Eric?
You're darn tootin', Matt.
It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used, and online they have even more books to choose from.
But Matthew, what if the Civil War is simply not my thing?
Not a problem, my fine four-fendered friend. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books.
It's astounding how they squeeze thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more into their store.
And it's also astounding how you and I both squeeze into our pants every day. Well, handsome, they have a warehouse too, and that's where they keep all those books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs.
What if I prefer to browse in the store and don't want to go online to get my book?
Great question, Doodlebug. Just mention addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com, stop by 42 York Street, or call 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207. Audiobook narrator Mike Scott. When selecting your next audiobook, choose from some of the great titles narrated by audiobook narrator Mike Scott, like Bloody Autumn, the Shenandoah Valley Campaign of 1864. And if you're an author or publisher interested in having your written works produced as audiobooks, give Mike a shout at MikeScottVoice.com. Mike Scott, the voice of history. And Civil War Trails. It's the world's largest open-air museum, and they offer over 1,300 sites across 6 states. Drive the Gettysburg campaign turn by turn, paddle to Frederick Douglass's birthplace, or hike to remote earthworks and artillery positions. Visit civilwartrails.org to request a brochure and explore their interactive map. Follow Civil War Trails and create some history of your own.
Need a Corps badge or other insignia for your uniform? Then check out the Badge Maker. Here's what some of his satisfied customers had to say. Miranda said, I ordered an identification disc from Joe and it's fantastic. He hand stamped it exactly as I wanted. It has a great rough on-campaign feel to it and was reasonably priced to boot. Greg said, my unit has purchased from him in the past. Quality badges and good service. And Jerry S. says, the Badge Maker is the go-to place for accurate replica Civil War badges. Visit CivilWarCorpsBadges.com and attach a message with your order saying you heard about him on Addressing Gettysburg.
Gettysburg, a Nation Divided mobile app, is relaunching this summer. Gettysburg, a Nation Divided is an award-winning mixed reality mobile application using augmented reality technology. It transports users into the most crucial moments in the Battle of Gettysburg, the turning point of the Civil War. Users can listen and watch historic figures share their stories as lifelike animated avatars, traverse 360-degree image sequences of the battlefield. Its cinematic battle sequences are narrated by actor Scott Eastwood. The mobile app is available for free on iOS and Android. It's designed to be used anywhere, at home, at school, at the park, or at Gettysburg National Military Park. It uses GPS to help guide you through your journey to see the stories and events unfold at the exact location where they occurred. So go into your phone's app store and get it now for free. That's Gettysburg, a Nation Divided.
What's up, everybody? It's Pat McGuire, co-host of the History Things podcast. Co-host Matt Borders and I offer a fresh new podcast taking on some of the most famous as well as some of the most unheard of stories from U.S. and world history. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the History Things podcast. As always, thanks for listening. Now back to the show.
Wiping with sandpaper. Ouch. Here's Matt and the gang.
Oh, Harvey toilet paper.
Because we're not 5 years old anymore. I still like to make those jokes because I'll never grow up, folks. Go to hell if you try to make me grow up today. Yay!
That sucked.
Yeah.
It had some promise at the beginning.
It did.
Now I understand
this is what
why
happens.
you're no longer a musician.
F you, Eric.
Now I got to turn my headphones up. This sucks.
Yeah, because it's the music. The
It's
music.
annoying.
I know it's not a good balanced board on that regard, but whatever, you know. Okay, so just some show news for you all. Gary and Tim, like we were talking about, they're going to come out on Monday. Talking about the history of Gettysburg National Military Park, which is a long and storied history. I got to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 3-hour show. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, no, it really is.
It is 2 hours and like 55 minutes or something like that. And we were saying after we finished it, it didn't feel like that. We had fun. And so we hope it doesn't feel like 3 hours for you guys. We hope you enjoy it because we certainly had a lot of fun. Gary threw celery at me.
He did.
What else? Other things. I don't remember exactly what else there was, but other things occurred. And so there's that. And then also on Patreon, Randy Drace and all of the wonderful things he does. That's what I'm calling that episode. He is going to be on Monday's show as well. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the name or heard the name Randy Drace before. Maybe you've gone on some of his tours. Maybe you subscribe to his newsletter. Maybe you've read some of his books. Isn't that one that you just had there?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, let me show this off here. A little Texas at Gettysburg by Randy Drace. Does he have a co-author?
Yes.
Yes, and Joseph L. Owen as well.
Actually, on December 1st, he just sent out his most recent quarterly newsletter. So I'm sure he can email it if you want to get on his list. It is Battle of Gettysburg Buff. BUFF.com. Really interesting stuff on the website, too. So.
I actually am in the process of filling out my interview for that. I'll be in that newsletter, I think you said in the spring or summer.
Cool.
So, so I've got to keep doing this at least until then so that people have something to... What, Eric? Go ahead, read it.
Harold Hahn. Understand why Matt does podcasts and not music.
Wait a second.
Dan, Butterfield.
There you go. Harold. Wait, didn't Harold win last week?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Harold, you got some good ones. I'm going to take that Dan Butterfield back from you because I haven't sent out your prize from last week, which was what again?
I don't remember.
It was Stephen Lang. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending Stephen Lang out to you. Okay, Owen, I'll turn you up now. Owen, you can join the conversation. Okay. Very excited about this, folks. We have a tentative date, but it's a pretty solid tentative date at this point, but we just need some few more details ironed out before we're certain about it. For our live show at the Farnsworth House, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be in February. There is going to be a charge for it because we're using the Farnsworth House, and I've got to incur a little bit of an expense in order to make this possible to do live. See, here's the thing: when you do a live podcast in front of a live audience, is what I'm talking about. You have to make it so that they can hear you,
Yeah.
And when you just go with a recorder and your microphone and you got your headphones and you're sitting there, and they can't hear you, guess what they're going to do?
Yeah,
they're going to talk. They're going to leave. They're going to do everything but give you your attention. So I've got to buy a speaker, which is not cheap, $20,000. And then I just bought a wireless microphone so that we could have Eric roam around the audience when it comes time for the questions to ask and everything. And Tim and I were taught. Tim Smith is going to be the guide for this. It's going to be an Ask a Guide, but we had some pretty good ideas we were talking about. It might be a little bit of a spin on Ask a Guide and Ask an Actor. Depends. I've put out some feelers to see who might be able to get here, so it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Come on out. Once we announce when it is, we'll show you where the tickets are and
does
everything.
the actor's last name start with B and end with Rinkman?
Well, that's one of them. But I've been talking to another, and I'm going to possibly see about a third.
Is the one I'm
Does it
thinking
start
of?
with a G and end with an Orman?
That would be one of the ones I haven't spoken to yet, but because he's in California, so it's going to be harder unless there's a kind benefactor. Eric, hold on. Unless there's a kind benefactor in the audience, Bill Etzkorn, who would like to fly him out so that we could do it. But we'll see. I also might want to use you for the speaker. You were saying, Veronica?
I didn't say anything.
You were about to say. You started to say.
Eric started to say something. You hushed Eric.
Eric, I'm sorry. I get you guys confused.
Yeah,
I forgot.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I only pay attention to what's going on in here about 25% of the time.
And that's more than I pay attention to. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I sent an email a couple of weeks ago to Sue Boardman, and I said, Sue, we have to do another evening with the painting. And you know what her response was? Well, she hasn't responded yet. She hasn't responded yet, Eric. And so I'm going to try to follow up with her on that and really badger her to do one because she Owen with the hands. Okay, ladies and gentlemen watching, I'm so sorry that you thought there was an earthquake here, but Owen knocked my camera stand with his hands, and he almost did it again, trying to mock me by doing this. And you people at home can't even see, but I have my hands folded like this.
I'm running the cameras and I didn't even notice.
Well, that's because you're sewing a scarf over there or something.
I don't pay any attention.
Anyway, so that's what we're going to try to do there with the evening with the painting because she does a
You
great
need to
job.
follow up with Bethany England.
Well, I don't have her. Do I have her?
Bethany? You should.
Yeah, but I lose
Just
cards.
like everybody I put you in touch with.
Yeah.
I have it too.
You have it too.
You need to follow up with her because she's the end to get Sue back on board.
All right. Well, we'll talk.
And she's an interesting person in and of herself.
She is.
Can tell you all about the Children's Museum and that. Yes,
Which
and
is something I'm going to work on this winter.
I am the worst producer ever. I really am.
I was yelling at him. Don't
I'm
worry.
awful at this.
Now clip that soundbite.
Please do.
Put a flag there.
That
or
should
something.
be like. That should be like our disclaimer at the beginning of every video. Eric is the worst producer on the face of the planet.
I wouldn't say that.
I would.
Pretty close, but not. I wouldn't say the worst. Okay. Listener emails. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any hate mail. But we've got some pretty nice stuff, which I know is not as fun, but these people take the time to write them, and I'm going to read them. All right, so this one's a little long, but it's an interesting story. Okay, Ronnie, you ready for an interesting story?
All ears.
All right, here we go. Matt, I wanted to express my gratitude for your great work. Addressing Gettysburg is truly a wonderful podcast. I've listened to many horrors of your superb content since I discovered your podcast about 6 months ago. I'm an Instagram follower, and I'm proud to be a patron now. To my great joy, and to my surprise, you've helped me make my biggest genealogical discovery ever.
I think I know who this is.
I was listening to the recent episode with Charlie Fennell about Biddle's Brigade, and he mentioned the Schmucker House. And I was not previously aware of Samuel Simon Schmucker and his prominent place in the town's history. Through my grandfather, I acquired an antique book some years ago that had been passed down through my family for generations. As a person interested in the Civil War, I was excited to see the reference to Gettysburg in the 1836 description when I first looked at this book some years ago. I had no idea that my relative might have been connected to a prominent Gettysburg family. After listening to your show, I immediately started putting the pieces together. The inscription says, presented to Master John G. Schmucker by his cousin. Now, Eric, how would you pronounce this word? Mosheim. It's a name.
Hang on. Hey, do that again.
Mosheim.
Moshim?
Moshim. Or how about Mossheim?
No, Mosheim.
Okay, because he thinks it's Moshheim, and to me that looks like a Hebrew word, like Mosheim or Moisha. I don't know. Anyway, his cousin Mosheim, Gettysburg, August 1836. J.G. Schmucker, Cove Forge, Huntington County. Let's see. So it seems that my direct relative, John G. Schmucker, was one of Samuel Schmucker's nephews. I sent images of my artifact to Peter C. Mealy, the executive director over at the Seminary Ridge Museum, and he was super enthusiastic about my artifact. It seems that Mosheim was that made the inscription was Samuel Mosheim Schmucker, the son of Samuel Simon Schmucker. Thanks for bringing history to life through this very special podcast. It's definitely fueled my imagination into my own family history. Sincerely, Ryan Valine. Did you know that it was him?
No, I thought this was gonna be Corey because Corey said he made it.
Corey, that's right, he did.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman, big fan
Russo.
of the show. Oh, Russo, also a big fan of the show.
Right.
Hey, Matt, just wanted to let you know that I've been catching up on the podcast and all are great, like always. I did enjoy the Halloween episode. The holiday episodes are always interesting, always so interesting. Jeffrey Benicchioli. Thank you, Jeff. And on behalf of Matt Borders, I will say thank you because, frankly, Matt does all the work on those shows. And I would like to applaud Matt because we have rounded out the year of holiday shows, Holiday in the Civil War shows with Matt. Started last year at Christmas. That will be re-released on YouTube. If you go to look for it on YouTube, you're not going to find it because it's going to be re-released. It's stupid. It's the same thing as last year, but it's Christmas. And our audience has grown by leaps and bounds since last year, so in case they missed this, we'll give it to them. All right, Matt and the gang, first of all, this is not hate mail. So please don't read it with the other feeble minds of the world. I love this show. I'm writing because I have one small problem and a request. It's like Casey Kasem. I'm writing because I have one small problem and a request. My problem is that I listen to your show all the time in the car when I'm running around town doing errands. Some of those errands include picking my kindergartner and second graders up from school. All right, let me stop with the bad impression. Normally, there's no problem. But once in a while, a certain producer throws in an F-bomb. My kindergartner got into trouble a few weeks back after listening to one episode when when Cam asked Eric if he wheeled his new bride out in a wheelbarrow. Eric had said, "Why in the F would I do that?" I must admit, it made me laugh, and I didn't tell the children that word was verboten. So she went into school the next day, and when the teacher asked her to move her chair a little, she responded with, "Why in the F would I do that?"
Oh my God.
It's the kindergartner.
I wish that was on video. Oh man,
me too.
Oh
boy.
You know, I guess I have
She
become
used
an
it appropriately.
influencer of sorts.
She did. I mean, gotta give her. Yeah, she picked that up.
That's
She's a
fair.
quick
Yeah.
learner. You got there, sir.
Sharp attack that one.
I was mortified, but my husband and I secretly laughed ourselves to sleep that night.
Wow.
My request is, could Eric please refrain from that, or at least can you bleep it out before uploading the Patreon version of the show? Again, I love you guys. I feel so happy listening to you. You could talk about anything and I'd find it interesting based solely on the power of your personalities and how they blend together. Keep up the amazing work, Casey Ackerman, Toledo, Ohio. Well, holy Toledo, Casey, what a story you have there.
I do apologize.
Yeah, and I
but
will
that
not
is
be
one of the
bleeping.
funniest things I've heard.
It is. I will not be bleeping anything, so it's on Eric to not say it because.
I'll try.
And here's
I will make
wait a sec. Oh, no,
an effort.
I know what we're gonna do. Next week, I would like for you to bring in the shock collar.
Oh Christ!
And I'm going to purchase another one. And I'm going to have your remote, and you're going to have mine. And you can say we're going to do PG-13. Okay, I will allow shit. You can say shit.
I'll just
you can
stop
say
doing
goddamn. Hold it. Well, I think it would be funnier if we shock each other.
It'd be hilarious.
You-
Put me to
that
shock
too.
you, but not the other way around.
No. Mutually assured destruction is good. And so we're going to shock each other. You say the F-bomb, I'm going to shock you. If I say too many ums and ahs, you're going to shock me. Believe me, you're going to be shocking
really
me.
Good about that.
I
you
was
have
listening.
gotten much better.
Yeah, but there are days where I'm just off, and then my ums and ahs come out really hard.
Oh, they sure do.
Yeah. So those are the days you're going to have to shock me into being on. Okay.
Man.
Okay. Great. Good. Okay. So bring it in. Hey, Matt. Before 2020, I had always had one foot in Civil War history, especially Gettysburg. I probably visited once or twice a year ever since the 90s. Attended the Civil War Institute summer conference a few times. Once the pandemic lockdowns hit in early 2020, I was forced into a work-from-home situation. I was going nuts. Then the Civil War Institute 2020 summer conference got canceled. I was crushed. So I decided to keep my hotel reservation and come to town anyway and make my own conference for one. I had so much fun exploring my own off-the-beaten-path itinerary that I came back for another week in August. Then I started coming back every few weeks because I realized Gettysburg was truly my happy place, especially during that very horrible time. Last winter, I even started occasionally remote working a few days at a time from the Best Western on Steinway because I couldn't stand being in my own house. All right. Every morning, I would go walk Cemetery Ridge and watch the sun rise and light up the battlefield in the dead of winter. It was peaceful and glorious, and I kept thinking, this is the only place I feel like I can breathe. I know the feeling. I was already reading like a nut and watching all live stream videos and recorded content that I could find. It kept my mind occupied and distracted from my problems, and the more I learned, the more I wanted to know. At some point, I joined a few Gettysburg groups on Facebook. It was probably through one of those that I found your podcast. I never get tired of learning about the battle, the town, the soldiers, all of it. I feel like... It feels like home to me, as with many of the people who spoke on Why Gettysburg show, on the Why Gettysburg show, I just can't explain it. It just is. It feels like home, even though it isn't yet. Long way to say that I wanted to support you because listening to you guys, I realized I found my people, and I so appreciate learning about Gettysburg with you and your crew. You all do a fantastic job, and I know it's a ton of work. You've helped keep me pleasantly engaged, grounded, and somewhat sane during the saddest, craziest times of my life. Hope to make some of the tours in 2022 and meet y'all in person. Thank you for all you do, Kirsten, or Kirsten. I'm not sure how she pronounces it. Thank you very much, Kirsten. And finally, hey guys, big fan of all you do, but especially love AG today. I have a question for all of you. Do you have any pet peeves? And if so, what are they? Jessica from St. Louis. Any pet peeves? If so, what are they? Ronnie, we'll start with you. Do you have any pet peeves?
The drivers out here.
The drivers.
Ugh.
Oh, God, I'm with you. What is it that you don't like about the drivers here?
They're horrible.
Why are they horrible, though?
So they don't come to complete stops. They roll through things. They have no concept of the roundabout at all and insist on using it.
But that might be tourists, though.
But they're still drivers out here.
True.
I mean, Okay. The biggest peeve or pet peeve that's a little bit related to that is I hate people that throw cigarette butts out their window. I know, just a huge pet peeve, and I see it a lot out here. Like,
Really?
as if that's not litter, that's litter, and I want to just like pick it up and throw it back in their window.
It just
That's
wash
all.
away.
Yeah, that's
It just next rain, it'll just all wash
It
away.
doesn't disintegrate. It goes
It's not
right.
biodegradable.
Right.
Unless it's filterless. Then it is.
Yeah.
But nobody smokes filterless anymore.
I don't think so.
Okay, see, that's interesting that you say that they don't stop enough or completely. My complaint is they stop too goddamn much, and they stop in the middle of if they're going to make a right turn. Now I know this is the proper way to do it. I think, if I recall from my driver's ed class, but in Jersey we don't do it this way. You gotta make a right-hand turn. You don't stop in the middle of the frickin' lane on a road that's 45 miles an hour or faster, and then slowly make the right-hand turn as if you're pulling into a parking space, right? What I do, and what I think most people who are considerate drivers do, is they pull off into the shoulder. Probably not legal to do it this way, but whatever. Pull off into the shoulder so that the people behind them can pass them as they slow down to make the turn. It's only nice. It's only fair. It's the neighborly thing to do, but people don't do it. That drives me nuts about the driving here. How about you, Owen? Do you have any pet peeves? And they don't have to be about Pennsylvania or Gettysburg. It can be about anything.
Taxes. I really hate taxes.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
But
There's a tax for
mostly,
everything.
the thing that I've been taken aback by so much just living here. I mean, I've never lived north of the Mason-Dixon line, but there's just so many, like everything north of town, whatever direction is closer to Big Round Top, but that's shopping
south of town.
Okay, south of town, that shopping district. I don't know why.
Are you talking about the outlets?
No. On
Steinway
Steinway?
Avenue?
Yeah. I don't know why every shop has to have either
the same thing as the shops before it.
No, I don't know how to go about this being neutral, but just all the political hockey. I don't need to buy a "Don't Tread on Me" shirt with an AR-15 on it at frickin' Gettysburg.
Yes.
Like I can go online to do that if I so wish. That and the Confederate flags being flown by people who don't have any family in the Confederate Army.
How do you know this? Have you asked them? Have you gone and knocked on their door? Excuse me, do you have a Confederate ancestor?
No, I just don't get it. I don't get the. It's weird.
Well, I think it's weird to fly a Confederate flag because they're a former enemy of the United States and they wanted to destroy the United States.
Well,
so
Matt,
why
it doesn't
would
work
you?
that way because
I think it's weird that somehow the people who live in Biglerville have a Southern accent, which is baffling to me.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's also
even though they're
baffling.
from there.
There are a lot of people I've met in this area who are
It's the want to
heavily-
be from the South. That
think
upsets me.
I feel like
they try very hard, but they fall very short.
I feel like some people just listen to a lot more country music than they rightly should.
Yeah, and then they'd start to
pick it
But
up
this is
then.
nothing against like
I don't
Middle
know.
America. I think they are responsible for most of the good things we have. But
Yeah.
I just there's a time and
Middle
a
America?
place.
Is that what you're talking?
Middle America.
Is that what you just said?
We're in Pennsylvania, homie. This is the Mid-Atlantic.
This is the middle of the state.
Just the average person in America. You know.
You're just talking about ordinary people.
Yeah,
the
there's
salt
a time,
of the earth.
But there's a time and a
Idiots.
place. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very much. I hate that the intellectual ivory tower of look at these stupid hicks. No, that's dumb.
Yes, that's what I'm.
I hate that. But at the same
detecting.
time, there's a time and a place to sell nothing but Gadsden flags and AR-15 shirts.
Fair enough. Eric, your pet peeves.
Oh, man.
Rebels.
Hold on, everybody.
Where do we
get
start?
comfortable?
Rebels.
Go ahead and crack your knuckles.
Just gonna sit back here and relax. Give me
man.
one, Eric.
Let me think a second. People's incorrect use of the English language.
Yeah. Give me some examples of like the
Orientate. Orientate is not a word.
Oh, you know what?
Stop using it. It's orient. You orient a map to north to be able to read it and navigate. You don't orientate anything because it's not real.
I'm sorry.
Stop it.
You know what, honey?
The word gaslight too.
I got to tell you, orientate.
Making up words is bafflingly stupid to me.
Hold on though. Orientate, unfortunately, is an actual word, and it's just. But the problem is the British use it. We don't.
Well, we're not English. We fought a war for that. Two of them, in point of fact.
Thank you. Never forget your former enemies. All right, so that's a good one though. I like that because that drives me nuts.
Also, the word, and we talked about this earlier, the word troops. I don't know what it is about the word troops, but it's like, it makes me physically ill to hear that word.
I know.
It's disgusting coming off of my tongue. I hate it.
Yeah.
God,
and, by the way,
awful.
I'm
It's like
drinking this
moist.
water for the troops.
North Carolina State
It's like
troops.
the word moist. It just feels dirty when you say it.
Moist
Trooper.
is not one of my favorite words. One of my pet peeves is when people get an expression incorrect.
Metaphors wrong.
They mix the metaphors, or they just say
them wrong.
Or how about I'll give you an example because it just popped into my head.
Could care less.
That's another one.
No, that's not it.
Couldn't care less. Right.
You could not care less about something.
To say you could care less isn't saying
means you
much.
care about
that
it.
means you care. But when it's couldn't care less. That is one of mine on my list. I have a list at home actually because
I didn't think I was going to get irritated.
No, please, I can go on forever. I haven't checked my list in a while because I figured someday this might come in handy, and I said I'm going to start writing a list of this. And then somebody asked, and I didn't remember to bring my list. But anyway, one of the things, the expressions that people always mess up is I got a pit in my stomach.
Stitch.
It's no.
What?
It's I got this feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Yes.
But not I got a pit in my stomach.
Like a cherry pit. What'd you do? Swallow
Peach pit.
Swallow the pit out of an apricot.
Mosh pit.
Why are you eating seeds you're not supposed to?
Right. Exactly, idiot. So that's one that bugs me. Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Library.
Ambulance.
That was the
Calvary.
Warsh.
Calvary.
Where's the R in the word wash?
See, but that's an accent.
See, this is something that I mess with Katie about a lot.
Why? Because she says warsh.
What's that?
Roof. It's like saying
what's
roof.
that citrus fruit? But the name is also a color. How do you pronounce
Orange.
that? You pronounce it what?
Orange.
Orange?
Well, she says orange.
Yeah. There's only one A in that word.
Yeah.
And it's not at the beginning.
No, I used to say orange too, but now I'm getting closer to orange.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Orange.
What's wrong with you?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
It's like one step above a yinzer.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hate to say this because Eric uses this one a lot, but one expression I hate all the time, I've always hated, is fair enough. And Ricky Fowler did it on the phone.
Well, you know.
And but fair enough.
Yeah.
He loves Fair Enough.
I do.
I've gotten used to it, but
Yeah.
at first I was
I don't
like,
know where I picked that up.
I don't know, because it's basically your way. I think
It's a
when people say Fair
relatively
Enough, I think they're
recent
basically saying, I don't really care about whatever I'm responding to, and I have nothing to say, so I'll just say Fair Enough. And it's just like this, okay.
Change that one out.
It's like when
It's
Tim
like a point
says,
taken.
Point
Fair
taken?
enough. Yeah, well, fair
Duly
enough.
noted.
Fair enough. Yeah, point taken.
Fair enough, I get it. Yeah.
all right, I'll
Oh.
change it out for duly noted.
Okay, duly noted. I like that one
See how
too.
you feel about
That's
that
good.
in 6 months.
All right. Well, so that's it. I hope those were satisfactory for you, Jessica from St. Louis. We have our pet peeves there. Okay, now Veronica, it's time for the news. But I did some work with Huevos Grande this week, and you've got some decisions to make.
I thought we were skipping news this week and just going straight for.
She's doing okay. It's the news segment. There's no good news, so she's going to skip news and just go to
Well, I lied.
coming events.
I lied.
We've
We got
some good. Okay,
yeah.
so good. All right. Now, Veronica, you're going to make the final decision, but I'd like everybody's input, listeners as well, if you want to comment or call in or something. I'm sure Eric will read your comments if it's good. Okay, here we go. Ready? These are for the news segment. Listen closely.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on, so take notes. There's a test at the end. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
All right. Now, what Huevo says is the same in both of these, but it's the music that's different, okay?
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on, so take notes. There's a test at the end. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
All right, so this is going to be the opener to your segment. You like the second one?
I think so.
All right. What did you say?
The DDD doesn't mix well with the movie lines. The DDD da da.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on, so take notes. There's a test at the end. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
That doesn't mix well. That doesn't mix well.
I don't dig that either.
What do you mean it doesn't mix well?
It just doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't sound
All right, and then
Go back to the first one.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on, so take notes. There's a test at the end. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
See,
Yeah.
there it's just his voice. That's better.
because you can hear the hissing in the background of his.
Well, no, because it doesn't
No, I
have.
can-
It's got that one solid note, and then it kind of sounds like kettle drums, maybe in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, Ronnie. You chose
Whatever.
this one.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who
See, now to me, like that.
See, but
that
Veronica, Veronica doesn't know which segment we're doing first, so she doesn't count.
You doing news or events first?
See,
Irregardless.
No, that's another one.
I know. Somebody put it in the comments.
God, I hate irregardless.
See, everybody in the comments says number one.
Number one, they all like number one?
Yeah, they like number
so
one
they like
better.
number
You doing
one.
news or events first?
Yeah, the music.
She's the gal who knows what's going on.
The music's, it's just got more of a like, yeah, you know, like.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on. So take notes. There's a test at the
Whereas the second one is like, it's almost like the dun dun dun, you know, that foreboding
tinkling-
music.
That tinkling bit kind of reminds me of all the old Bass and Rankin.
Rankin and Bass.
Christmas, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Christmas specials.
Sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what that reminds me.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on. So take notes. There's a test at the end.
It's like we've gone to the island of misfit toys.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
And it's snowing.
All right.
And that's the snow sound.
Well, I'm sorry, Ronnie. The audience has betrayed you.
No. By all means.
I know you had your heart set on that one. All right, and now, so during the news, then you get to the point where you're like, you know, and you got to figure out what your phrase is coming up this weekend, or here's what you could look forward to this weekend, or something like that. And then that's my cue to hit one of these. Okay, you got to tell me which one. So go ahead, say something like, "Here's what's coming up this weekend."
Here's what's coming
Oh
up
my
this
God!
weekend.
Can you say it with some enthusiasm, please?
Here's what's coming up this weekend.
Vibration. What's there to do and see this weekend? Weekend vibration. Here's Valerie's Veronica to fill you in.
Vibrations fun. It's all covered.
Why does it sound like the Munsters and the Beach Boys
Because
got
I
together?
found these old radio jingles from the 60s. And you could tell, like, the Beach Boys were listen closely to the song, because you could tell, like, they're trying to like glom on to how the kids love the Beach Boys. That was the big thing. But so vibrations, right? But listen in the background; it sounds like good vibrations a little bit with that theremin going. Listen.
Vibration. What's there to do and see this weekend? Weekend vibration. Here's Valerie's Veronica to fill you in.
Vibrations fun. It's all covered.
Okay. And then Cam's seal of approval there, letting you know that it's all covered. And then your second option is this one.
Live this weekend where the action is. What's there to do and see when you're in town this weekend? Here's Valerie, Veronica to fill you in.
It's all covered.
I like that one better.
I do too.
Oh my
What do you think,
God.
Rons? Do you like which
Those
one?
are the only two?
Yeah. How many twos do you
I don't
want?
want either. I thought you said listen to the. There were
Do you have a suggestion for one?
No, I think we just run it all after. Just
Like,
run
just do
everything.
'em all.
Yeah.
It seems that first
No, I don't
one
mean
made-
do them all. No. I'm saying play whatever number 1 or number 2 from the first thing, and then just go through news stories into what's happening.
Oh, just play one and then.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
you don't have to
that's
play
what,
another one.
what we're doing. Oh.
I'm not-
Well,
I'm saying-
I
yeah.
know, but I just wanted to.
It seems
I wanted to have something
Let
to do.
let the people speak. I don't know. They're saying number 2.
Live this weekend where the action is. What's there to do and see when you're in town this weekend? Here's Valerie, Veronica to fill you in.
It's all covered.
That woman's voice,
Oh
and then Cam at the end giving the stamp of approval. I mean, how could you not love it? What, Eric? What were you going to say?
Well, apparently that first one made Mike Lentz puke in his mouth a little bit.
Vibration. What's there to do and see this weekend? Weekend vibration. Here's
Oh, it's awful.
Veronica to fill you in.
Vibrations fun. It's all covered.
Andy Hunt believes them both to be perfectly terrible.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Perfectly terrible is kind of what we're going for.
Everybody else is going with number 2, but by default, apparently.
Because neither one is particularly
Like
good.
Mike Stump says number 2 by default. Brian Helton says number 2. Mike Stump says number 2 by default. Mike Lentz says number 2 if I have to choose. And that's
Yes.
fair.
You have to choose, Mike. You
I
have
like
to.
Veronica's idea. Just do one and be done with it.
Just do this one.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on. So take notes.
All right, so that's the one. So number one there, and then number 2 one for the weekend one. If we do a weekend one, but I'm gonna.
Number 2 1 for the weekend one.
Yeah.
If we do a weekend.
Did I
think
say
you said
number 1? I don't know what I
But
said.
can we say that we've done both of them for this particular show?
Yes.
Just move on.
And just move on.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right after this.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on. So take notes. There's a test at the end. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
All right, Ronnie's here.
Sometimes when we finish this
Wait, now
show,
you just.
No, just listen.
Don't press that again.
Sometimes when we finish this show,
Yeah.
I sit in my car and wait until everybody leaves and just cry for a little while.
Yeah, I'm gonna start shaking your camera if you press that button
that's
again.
good stuff. All right, and so Ronnie is going to do
On that
do the news. What's going on, Ronstadt?
So, bad news. Actually, this is. I think it's irrelevant news. Well, okay. Let me just tell everybody out there in listener land. I was saying I wasn't going to do any news this week because everything was depressing. The taxes are getting raised in Adams County. There was a fire where a local fireman lost 2 pets in the house fire. There was there was a guy that just got arrested for child rape. Right, like there was a high-speed chase where the police couldn't find the guy after a 4-hour hunt in the woods, and there's a gun in his car, and all everything's just bad, right?
And now that we're all depressed,
Right. So I wasn't gonna do news. I was just gonna do like what's coming up this weekend. But
Okay.
so I guess you actually brought it to my attention. So if you all remember, earlier this year, there were two times. I can't even say this with a straight face. There was one bank downtown that was robbed 2 times within about a 2-week period. And on the first occasion, the police fairly quickly caught a man and a woman that ran out of this is ridiculous. Ran out of the bank with a box of money with no lid on it. So like bills were just like flying everywhere, right? But on the second one, apparently the guy was a little bit more convincing and passed a note saying he had a gun and yada yada. So they had been looking for him for quite some time. And you brought it to my attention that just recently they figured out who he was, and a federal grand jury indicted him for 5 bank robberies that stemmed anywhere between July 19th and October 5th of this year. York County, a couple places got hit, Carlisle here. So I guess that closes out, that brings that story to an end, that they did figure out who he was. He was pretty disguised in the screenshot, the image that was put out by police initially, not because he was wearing a disguise, but he was like pretty much covered up from head to toe.
He was wearing a Groucho Marx nose and glasses and eyebrows.
Oh, I thought it was Tricky Dick Nixon.
So there's news. That's some news. I don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Well,
it's probably bad for him that he got caught, because those are serious charges on the federal
level. But it's
level.
good news. It's good news for the banks that were robbed. That now that he's captured, it sends a clear message to anyone who's thinking of robbing them.
Or that particular one.
Or that particular guy.
Don't do it. The bank.
Oh, that particular bank.
Poor bank.
Third time's a charm.
It didn't do anything to anybody. Yeah.
No, I mean, I wonder why that was. I mean, because it was hit so close together.
Yeah, that was weird.
And let's not forget, those first Stooges parked in front of my house.
Yeah.
And my neighbor saw them running around the corner with money flying everywhere and a white sock hanging out of the guy's pocket or something like that. The bread trail. Yeah.
What bank was this?
BB&T. It's the one next to Food 101.
Oh.
Yeah, right there on Chambersburg Street over there.
That's right.
All right. Well, so that's the good news.
I have legitimate good news, though. So this was actually breaking news earlier today. I think Eric saw it on the Adams County Historical website or Facebook page. I actually saw it based on Tim Smith sharing the news. So Governor Wolf here in the state of Pennsylvania awarded several $1 million in different awards to let me see. I wrote this down because this is interesting to me. Critical expansion projects providing opportunities for additional employment, job creation, and community services. So I'm thinking those are actually 3 different categories, because there were different agencies or entities that received some of this millions of dollars. One being the Tree of Life, which was shot up a couple years ago in a hate crime in Pittsburgh. There was a synagogue that I think, don't quote me, I feel bad because I remember when this happened, it was horrible. I think there were 13 people killed, but there was like $6 million awarded to them. So I'm not really sure that they're creating any jobs. So I think there's 3 different categories, and I'm assuming the good news locally is that the Adams County Historical Society is going to be receiving $2 million of that. And I'm assuming that's attached to the fact that they are going to be providing community services here by preserving the artifacts, making it more accessible, having a learning center and everything there. So good news. It was fantastic news.
When is that supposed to open?
When it's done.
Yeah. They officially announced that they did finish the first building, which is like the storage shed.
Right.
Barn, whatever. But they have. I don't think they've broken ground on the actual other one.
Not that I've seen, no.
What, Owen?
2023 is the projected.
2023? Okay, so we got a little time. All right.
So there's the news.
Okay, so that's the good news.
Any plans this weekend, Matt?
I don't know.
This weekend, where the action is. What's there to do and see when you're in town this weekend? Here's Valerie and Veronica to fill you in.
It's official.
I'm going to keep a bag of celery over here.
Good. I need to start eating better.
So there's all kinds of stuff going on this weekend. Yeah?
Okay.
We're going to start with the really important one. Our buddy, Tim Smith, is back after a long COVID-related hiatus of doing his Sunday evening presentations at the Farnsworth House.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Yes, so this is the first week of his winter series. It's $10 a person, starting at 6 p.m. at the Farnsworth, the Sweeney Tavern. And the presentation topic this week is going to be Roads to Gettysburg.
Oh, very nice.
It's his favorite presentation to give, and I think he's excited to get back to doing them. So I'm excited to go.
Well, and for those of you who are saying, oh, man, I wish I could see a Tim Smith lecture at the Farnsworth House in Sweeney's Tavern.
Yeah.
For only $10, but I live in New Mexico, or I live in Ireland, or I live in Albania, or New Jersey. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your good friends at Addressing Gettysburg are going to record these lectures as we did before and as we did with the Park Services winter lectures, which we'll also be recording those again this year, and making them available to you for free on our free feed. Why? Because we love you.
Yeah.
MOUSC.
Candidly, I think that's really nice of Libby over at the Farnsworth House and Tim, who's obviously doing the presentation, to allow us to do that, right? To
Absolutely.
get a broader audience involved. And,
it's good for them. It's good for us. It's good for the goose and the gander.
So we're excited.
I mean, take a gander at that, folks. So that's it.
Sunday.
So Tim's,
Sunday, 6 o'clock.
Sunday, 6 o'clock.
Are you doing a live recording? Or
No.
Okay.
I'm going to record them and then put them up on the podcast feed.
Awesome.
So wherever you listen to podcasts, that's where you'll be able to find Timothy H. Smith and his winter lectures, which they're very good. You and I went to them 2 years ago.
Yeah. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The $10 gets you a couple. If they're going to do that again this year, they had raffle tickets. They would at the little break during the presentation, they would raffle off maybe a gift certificate or a book or something, couple things maybe. So I mean, it's not only just the presentation, but obviously they sell liquor and there's good food there.
And
so
by the way,
it's just a nice evening out.
Pumpkin fritters.
Oh, with whipped cream. You gotta ask for the whipped cream. Oh, maple syrup. All right, Sunday evening can't get here quick enough.
I know.
But in the meantime.
So
it's already Friday, so we've missed one day of this, but we are right at the beginning of Gettysburg Christmas Festival.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
yes.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this week, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next week. All kinds of different things to do in downtown Gettysburg. Santa, there's a little Santa shack, there's letters to Santa, there's hot chocolate, there's food trucks, there's Festival of Lights, etc. So it is a festive time, and make sure you stop into all the local small businesses as well while you're in town.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of food trucks on the side streets getting all ready to...
Yeah. When I came through, they were already. Mose was there.
He was there.
The Duck
Dynasty.
Duck Donuts. I saw them this morning out in Hershey. I apologize.
Who? Duck Dynasty?
Duck Donuts.
Oh.
In Hershey, but no, this is the other Ziggy's. There we go. Ziggy's Donuts.
Do you think Duck Donuts gets their chocolate for their chocolate donuts from Hershey?
I don't think so, because they're actually out of North Carolina. It's
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a little different then.
Yeah. But really good. So anyway, so that's something to consider. Also, this Saturday and next Saturday only, if you have some shopping to do, local vendors with everything from arts and crafts to food from the farm markets and food trucks are going to be doing a pop-up holiday market right where our farmers market is normally located, right behind the yeah.
So what does that entail?
Literally pretty much the farmer's market with some artisans that have made crafts and things like that. They're going to have food trucks, that kind of stuff.
And that's Saturday?
This Saturday and next Saturday only, and from 10 to 2 only. So
Wonderful.
Only 4 hours each week, but it's a pop-up event, and again, support local artisans and craftsmen, which is pretty cool.
There's something I'm supposed to go to tomorrow with Sarah Larson, who does the violin music for the narratives.
Yeah. I wonder if it's that, because they're supposed to have performances and things like that.
I think it's up in Biglerville.
Oh, then it's not that.
I think it is. I don't remember. She just said, "Do I want to go?"
Biglerville tree lighting, I think, is tomorrow.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I didn't really write it down. I apologize because it's not exactly Gettysburg, but
I don't know.
Thought I saw that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
So in addition to the holiday market, the Christmas Carol in conjunction with Majestic Theater and the Totem Hill Playhouse will be running from the 9th through the 19th. So live stage performances are back at the Majestic Theater. You can get tickets on their website. It's pretty exciting.
Good.
And another local organization that does fantastic volunteer work here in town, keeps our town looking gorgeous year-round, is called the Gettysburg Garden Club. If you've ever driven through the roundabout or the circle, they put all the flowers during spring and summer in that by the flagpole. They do all of the hanging baskets on the lights and the planters in town. Anyway, they are selling Christmas wreaths, gifts, table arrangements, and they're also going to have some homemade baked goods at the fire hall tomorrow on Stratton from 9 a.m. until 3 or sold out. And in other years, they sell out quickly with their arrangements and things. So all of their volunteers have donated leftovers from, live greenery and things like that, and they've made some awesome arrangements. You can find examples on their Facebook page, but more importantly, show up tomorrow and support those good folks, because it is completely volunteer, and they really take pride in helping to keep the borough look nice. So I think it would be nice to support them as well.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep. One last thing, we were talking about oranges. So again, not exactly Gettysburg, but right down the road in New Oxford. For the 69th year, the Lions Club is doing their orange car, and they started right around Thanksgiving, and they're going to run through December 15th. They are there on the square right outside the Methodist Church parking lot, or the Methodist Church on the square, Monday through Saturday from 11 to 5 and Sunday from 12 to 4. And what they do is they sell, yep.
Go ahead.
Nice.
What? Wait a second. Hold on. I'm sorry, Owen. I don't mean to beat you up, but I got to beat you up. She's talking, and I see out of the corner of my eye, you start going like this. And I go, oh, cool. The kid's got something to say. The kid's got something to say. And I say to Veronica, hold on a second. And I point to you, and you go, nice? What?
What is happening?
What do you first of all, this is you got to speak it in the microphone. You can't do sign language. Is it because, my buttons? What's wrong with my buttons? What? Because it's got the number 69 on it. How old are you? 18?
Yes.
Oh.
Nice.
Sorry about that.
Osborne brought
All right, go ahead.
So anyway, the Lions Club actually does really good year.
No, don't quit.
Does really
Just
good work
learn.
year round, right? And they are a service-oriented organization. So this is one of their biggest fundraisers. So if y'all are interested in fresh Florida citrus, oranges, grapefruit, that kind of stuff.
Who wouldn't be?
They actually help take care of utility bills for those that are on hard times. They adopt a couple families every year around the Christmas season that need help with gifts. And throughout the year, they provide student scholarships for some of the local high school kids. So they really do a lot of good service projects. So if you can afford, go buy your fresh fruit. I think they sell it per piece. You can get it bulk, etc. But it is a good service project as well. So those help all kinds of good people out this weekend and get out there and enjoy the weekend.
I don't need help with Christmas presents, but can I just sign up to be adopted?
There you go.
Just
yep.
Pretend to be loved for a day.
People don't have parents in New Jersey.
What, honey bunch? Sorry.
People don't have parents in New Jersey, Matt.
That's right. They don't. What are you talking about? All right. What else? That's it? That's it for Veronica? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Veronica's news. And we're going to get rocking. Sorry we kept you a little longer this time, but that's what happens when you're just, we're giving you gold there. Hope to see you in town for the festival this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Addressing Gettysburg Today is hosted by Matt Callery and Veronica Brestensky, Esquire. Produced by Eric, the producer, Moni. Applause led by Owen the Clabber. Guests of Addressing Gettysburg Today stay wherever they want. That's not our concern. To be a guest on the show, send an email to eric@addressinggettysburg.com. Addressing Gettysburg broadcasts from the Gettys Bike Tour Studios. Get a 15% discount on your next tour with Gettys Bike. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg Today. Thanks for listening.
There were many Union men who wept with joyful tears when they saw the honored flag they had not seen for years. Hardly could they be restrained from breaking forth in cheers while we were marching to Georgia. Hurrah, we bring the jubilee. Hurrah, the flag that makes us free. So we sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea while we were marching to Georgia. While we were marching to Georgia. While we were marching through.
Grab the pulp and hurt my neck.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's not a chicken.
This concludes our broadcast day.